What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Edison Club podcast. I'm your host, Mike, joined currently just by my co-host, Ty Payne, from Behind the Dual Disc podcast.
What's up? What's up?
No,
I'm retired. What's
up? We are going to be having a couple other members of the Edison Club joining up at different increments throughout this episode. As I've stated in the past, these things are a little more challenging to record nowadays. My son just turned 2 months old today, so we kind of just have to do these whenever we can do them. So yeah, and Ty, you know all about that. You have a kid, so
yeah, it's challenging, man. I understand completely.
Yeah,
because I remember because for a while I wasn't really able to go to events with y'all for a while just because just
takes up all your time.
Yeah,
and then the time you have, you just don't really want to be away.
Yeah, you try to allocate your time more towards your little one and your your wife and stuff. That's top priority.
Exactly. Yep. Which means, all that really boils down to is you have your priorities in line, and you can never go wrong when you have those right. So exactly. A lot has happened. The last episode we recorded was titled "Konami Ruined Retro Yu-Gi-Oh!" But boy, has there been a significant turn of events over the past couple weeks. We took a week off, Father's Day weekend. We weren't able to record. We're all dads now. We're all old. So that's our holiday now. We get to celebrate that. So we didn't get to actually cover immediately after the ruling change was reverted. But this week, we actually got more news. So the first announcement was that they were completely reverting back to just doing the rulings and the card text of the era, which should have never even been a discussion to change that, honestly. But it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday evening was when we found out that there is going to be an Ultimate Time Wizard at the NAWCQ, and it's going to scale down to top 16 if they get enough players. So that's something that we've wanted since the conception of these events.
Yeah, I agree. Now there is, you have more that you want to say? Because I have my own little thing. I think about that as well.
Oh, I always have a lot to say, but you go ahead.
Okay, so while I do like that they are doing this, it's something we've asked for since they've been doing the Ultimate Time Wizard.
Yep.
It is, while it's a good thing, top 16, it's Edison format is staying the same. But the thing I think is just honestly a direct response to Keegan.
I do too. It's a whole rant about it too.
It just seems too I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. I'm not trying but I think honestly it's just too coincidental.
Yep.
That out of nowhere, because there wasn't going to be an Ultimate Time Wizard at all.
Nope.
And out of nowhere, just like a fart in the wind, they decide, hey, let's call it. We're just going to throw an Ultimate Time Wizard.
Yeah. So if you've been living under a rock and you don't know about any of what's been going on, Keegan from over at E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically responded to Konami, kind of just screwing over the player base and said, hey, I'm going to have RBT Indianapolis in response to what Konami did in changing Time Wizard. And he got it up to, I think it actually capped at 256. So the event was stacked, and I don't know where that event is being held, in comparison to the Konami event. I heard it's kind of close. But now, after everything has been said and done with that, Konami jumped in and said, hey, we're going to do Ultimate Time Wizard. So I'm really curious to see which one gets bigger attendance.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that as well. Just because, it's like we said, it's just the Konami I don't think the Konami event is going to get that much shine just because it just seems very petty.
It does,
for lack of a better term, it just seems very petty to just just come out of nowhere because they had like they reverted back the rules and everything, and it like that doesn't mean that you were gonna like put like what am I trying to say here? Bring us an ultimate time wizard out of nowhere.
Yeah. So I think that what happened with this, and let me start off by saying it's so funny because there was a comment on the last podcast where I went on that like 20-minute rant about how bad the changes were, and some guy was like, "I've never heard you cuss before." It's so funny because I only ever really do if I'm really passionate about something. But honestly, if you loved the ruling changes and you thought that Edison was better by those ruling changes, you were fucking delusional. That's all. That's how I'll start off by saying this. You were fucking delusional for thinking that. And I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
I was just saying.
I said preach.
Oh, okay.
Preach.
Everyone, the peacock is in the building. He has joined us now. Thanks for joining in, Rage. I was just about to go on a rant about how somebody, I won't say who, someone had commented and said, good luck for you guys crying about this, because people also bitch and moaned about the time rule change back in, I don't know, like 2017, and they did nothing. And I actually responded. I was like, I think that's a pretty weak argument, because here's the reason why. 2012, or maybe late 2011, Konami got rid of priority. Okay, at some point in 2014, Konami got rid of drawing for going first. Then at some point in 2016, 2017, they changed the time rules. It didn't matter how much you complained and emailed them and made videos, because at the end of the day, what were you going to do? There was no other option. It was play by our rules the way that we set them, or don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or go play traditional format with the two people on the planet that play traditional format. There was no other options. It was it. You either got with the program or you stopped playing. And
exactly. It reminds me of have you seen the South Park episode where the dad, there's only one cable company, and he's like, "Oh, we raised your rates. Sorry." He starts like rubbing his nipples and doing stuff. Like, what are you gonna do? Switch to another cable company?
Yeah.
Oh, there isn't one. That's too bad.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Like, and I really think that they thought it was going to be the same way for this. But then Keegan said, "Okay, hold my beer." Like it doesn't have to be like this at all. Like this got started without you guys. If you try to come in and, big fist, like corporation, this is what we're saying. Like, we don't care. We'll just laugh at you. Like, we're going to play the way that we've played since retro format started. Like, we didn't need you to get to where we are. We don't need you to continue. And I don't think they didn't take that lightly. I don't think that they took that lightly. I'm sure that there was probably a roundtable discussion, and everyone, and the one person that was like, "Hey, let's go by new rules and new erratas," probably got kicked out of the room. And they were like, "Okay, this was a terrible idea." We've had people commenting, vomiting subs to Toad, vomiting Absolute Zero, all of these things, harassing us on every Facebook post. We have to do something. And I think that this is the first time in my memory of over 20 years of playing this game that I ever saw Konami outright just completely revert something. They've admitted mistakes before with stuff like Snatch Steal, unbanning it and then rebanning it. And then like the Pendulum deck in like 2016, it comes out, and then like not too long later, there's an emergency ban list. And I think that's also happened a few other times in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. But I have never seen Konami actually just be like, "Okay, we messed up. We're fixing it." So yeah, for everyone,
they're terrified of vomiting animals.
Yes, yeah, for everyone that emailed them, constantly. I was emailing them multiple times a day. I'll just be honest with you guys. Everyone that emailed them, commented, vomiting stuff, made Facebook posts. This happened because of you guys. Like, your voices were heard, and I think that this sets a good precedent for everything that has to do with Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, they obviously read those emails when they're receiving them in enough volume, and they're seeing the posts and stuff like that. So I was very proud of everyone in the retro Yu-Gi-Oh community.
Yeah, what I was going to say with that was, I remember when we did the video originally, I was saying that 6-7 was the 9/11 of Time Wizard format.
Yep.
And then for us who were around during 9/11, like the unity that the country felt on 9/12, something like we never experienced before. That's kind of what we felt in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Because there was modern players, there were Time Wizard players. As everyone kind of came together, like, we don't, like, majority of it was people saying like, they didn't want this change. This doesn't affect us, but why would you change that? Like, it was really cool to see, like you were saying, like even modern people who are doing the same thing, commenting the vomiting things on every single post that Konami did on Facebook or Twitter or anything I saw. Within a couple of like responses, you automatically saw the vomiting, whatever it was.
Yes.
They did that a while back whenever they had some ban list that was like a record long ban list that everyone hated for a long time, and then they kept doing the vomiting horse. Then they recently got a ban list, and then now this happened. So there's some magic to these vomiting animals that Konami hates.
My favorite one was
Unity.
I was laying in bed, and the night I unlocked my phone, I scrolled, and I saw the post about how they changed the rules back to how they should be. And so I downloaded a picture of Substitoad and I downloaded a picture of the vomiting horse and put them in Chat GPT. And I was like, make Substitoad look like this horse vomiting, but make him mopping up the vomit. And then I started commenting that.
Yes, yeah. I loved it.
I started commenting that on stuff because he's like, okay, I guess I'll clean up the mess now. And then there are people like changing their Discord pictures to it. And like, obviously, I don't own that because Chat GPT made it. But I technically, I was the first person that generated it. And that
I didn't know you made that. I thought you saw it.
No. I could go back in my Chat GPT history and find it.
That's funny. I thought it was just the image you found. So that was really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I had Chat GPT make that night, and I've been commenting it on all the posts about them fixing stuff. So yeah. That's my favorite one. I just thought it came out so perfect, and he also looks mad as hell. He's like, I made all this mess, and for you guys to actually go back and fix this was so unexpected. He's like, I'm mad as hell.
One thing I can say I think was a big determining factor with all this, YouTube. There were so many content creators making videos, like people that play these Time Wizard events, people that don't play these Time Wizard events, people that judge these like YCSs and Ultimate Time Wizard alike. They're like, yeah, this is trash. Like
craziest one I saw with that was sorry.
You're fine. I think that was too overwhelming to ignore.
Yes, especially when it's from creators like Rux and MBT and Simo.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. Was with MSTTV, he's a Tombox. That's what I was saying. MSTTV, he's a Konami like commentator. Like he has a contract with Konami, so usually they're the ones that never ruffle feathers. Or they're always okay. Well, Konami's doing this. He'd have to toe that line for that contractual thing with them working with him. But for him to be like, this is crazy, and I don't know why this is happening. I was like, okay, so even the people. Not only is he not affiliated with like Time Wizard, he's like affiliated with like actual Konami, and him being like, this is wrong was a really cool thing for us to see. Was like, man, even people who have no skin in this game are still like, this is wrong.
Yeah. They basically made it where there was no way that they could ignore it. And I think that's how you have to that's how you have to go about getting change like that. And I think that we'll see this more because Konami has made a lot of bad decisions. Like, obviously, they're a business at the end of the day. They're going to do business things. They're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. We've all seen it. They don't really care that much. But when something could potentially actually really affect their like consumer base like that, they will start to take action and change things. So everyone got to use their voice, and I just thought that was awesome.
Because I think also, like we've had this conversation off camera and stuff like that. But I think Yu-Gi-Oh is really getting like modern Yu-Gi-Oh, and I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong. This is just might be my personal opinion, but I think modern Yu-Gi-Oh is slowly on its way out. Like I think, like with there's not like young people like really playing the game anymore. Like they're not getting an influx of new players. Like the players that they do have are holding on to the game barely to even have an interest in it. That's I don't know. That's just stuff. This is stuff I notice and see.
Yeah,
I might be totally wrong.
I don't know.
I kind of agreed to a little bit last year because I know with like 2024 was really rough. I don't play modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but I follow religiously all the modern Yu-Gi-Oh, like all the YCSs and all the content and coverage of it. And Snake Eye was around for a very long time, and it was a very expensive deck and a really toxic deck. So they were having record declines in that happening. But since they've addressed with that and actually introduced new archetypes that have came out, the last couple of like actual events that have fired off have been some like above average like numbers compared to like the years prior to that, because you have COVID where nothing happens, and then you have the beginning of like 2022, 2023 where everyone's rushing back to be so excited to play in-person Yu-Gi-Oh, and then you have 2024 come around where, or you have 2023 where it's tier limit, where it's a tier 0 format. You have to play this or you lose, followed by the Snake Eye, which is another tier 0. You have to play or you lose, but play that deck, it was like $2,000, like conservatively. It was like the Teledad of modern era.
Yeah.
So that had a huge decline. So the last year into the end of 2024, into 2025, it's actually had like a big uptick in surge of it as of recently. So I could see where you were coming from, but I think as of 2025, like the modern game is actually in a really like healthy place where people were converting to Master Duel because Master Duel was a more pleasant environment to play. But then a lot of the cards that were toxic to play against were recently banned in the TCG. And for the first time in a long time, people are actually saying the TCG is like at a really healthy, good point versus like Master Duel and everything else being like not that ideal of a play, like a thing where it's like a skill based and like you have options to play without being, you know, paying out $1,500 for a core.
It's also so crazy to me that everything they did with the Time Wizard rule change was just completely motivated by Master Duel. But when they did some Time Wizard, because they did a Time Wizard event like maybe a year ago, where you could actually go on there and play retro formats, but they used like, it was like the way the OCG was, because I remember there were people playing. It was
the
like,
OCG list. Yep.
Like people had like Valor and Warning, and I was like, yeah, this is terrible. Like, I don't think
just like not even 2 weeks ago they had a 2008 like Teledad event, but it was OCG 2008, so they had a completely different card pool with it.
Yeah,
like, they had Darkened in 2008, which was crazy.
That is crazy. Like my thing about it was like, if they wanted to do that, like they should have just done it exclusively for Master Duel, which I think is their goal with the time travel thing. Like, because realistically, no one's going to play that. Like, I can't imagine waking up to go to locals on a Saturday and being like, can't wait to go play time travel format and play my Chaos Turbo deck that doesn't fucking do anything now. Like, can't wait to go play Reasoning Gate and add back my Dimension Fusion during the end phase. You better wait till next turn, buddy.
Right, which is totally fine, because whenever someone enjoys, they can enjoy. But the
Exactly.
whole thing, the whole, like, to boil it down to what this problem was, no one wanted that, no one asked for that, and that's not what we were doing and wanting to sign up for, and they're forcing something that we didn't want. And like we've said it a couple times, I know Frazier has said it. Like, it's my favorite analogy for it, because it's like,
I know exactly what you're going to say.
I want the pepperoni pizza, and they're like, okay, cool. Here's pineapple, anchovy, whatever. It's like, I didn't order that. It's like, yeah, but this is a much better, more balanced pizza. I'm like, that's cool. I didn't fucking order that. Like, that's cool. You can enjoy it all you want, but that's not what I fucking want. It was the whole major outcry for everyone saying, oh, they're being crybabies, like the comment you're talking about on the YouTube video. So we're not crying because like something crazy happened. It was, we had something that we enjoyed. We built it to this. Konami took the model we had from a grassroots thing. They took it, implemented it, and then they're like, LOL, JK, it's going to be different now.
Yep.
Then we're like, fuck that, we're pissed. And then they're like, okay, LOL, JK, we're not changing it. And also, you can have top 16.
Yeah, I'll read you guys something that is hilarious here. I won't say who it is, who commented it. You can go find the post, but I'm not going to like blast anyone on this. I never do. But I made a community post 11 days ago where I put Freya Spirit of Victory, and I put victory. Konami changed the rules back. Never did I ever think we would see the day Konami would listen to the players. This goes to show there's power in unity. I'm very proud of all the retro Yu-Gi-Oh community that commented vomiting animal memes on all of their posts, emailed them, and made their own videos as to why they disagree with the change. You guys are amazing. And I got a lot of good comments, but I got one comment. There's always one person, right? There's always one person. In capital letters, dislike, Edison refuses to grow. Okay? And I said, stay mad, go play another format. The outpour of the community shows that 90% of us don't want anything to change. There's other formats for a reason. Fake Edison was never the answer. It was just a good way for Konami to see that the retro community does not need them to continue. And I thought that was going to be the end of that thing. I didn't think anyone else would respond until Johnson Boss came in and absolutely blew the roof off of this guy. The guy never even responded.
He went for the jugular.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He 360 no-scoped this guy. He said, if you're too bad to win an Edison for real, so you cheat multiple times and get banned for a year, buy friends because the cheating was so egregious. obvious, and on camera, you shouldn't be bitching and blaming the format for not growing. Literally only underperformers in real Edison are mad Konami is keeping the format the same. So please move on and cheat elsewhere. The average play quality of Edison will only go up without you. And I was like, damn, that is a mic drop moment. He just came in and just opened the floodgates on that guy.
I'll open your floodgates, Michael.
everyone, please welcome Radis Lad, Ethan Slaughter. Also
Hello.
a fellow admin of Time Wizard Format Hub.
Oh, yeah, times are scary right now, man.
Times are a little scary right now. We're just waiting to wake up tomorrow and our group be changed like something crazy.
Yeah, no. I'm trying not to talk about it and be like, no. Well, if you just don't talk about it, if you don't just acknowledge it, then it won't happen. That's how life works.
Yep.
Just wait. They're gonna
Actually,
change it. They're gonna change it to Meadowlands before we know it.
Oh god, we're gonna wake up. It's gonna be time travel format. No,
dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of okay with swinging like 4,500 submarine frog. If I'm being honest, I'm down for that. Activate Meadowlands, summon submarine frog. GG.
Hey, if you have,
I was talking about Meadowland format.
Oh no, I know. I just like.
Hey, a cool combo is to go summon swap, dump Treeborn, activate wetlands, play solidarity, and your swap frog is 3,000.
Oh please.
That's a big ass swap frog.
Pretty terrifying. Okay, wait, no. So here's the power play move. You do that, and then you summon Junk Warrior.
That's true.
I mean, does Junk Warrior say original or just current?
It's current.
I can't remember.
I think in modern it might say original. I don't know. I don't think Junk Warriors he's played in modern. But
yeah, I know
it received a text change.
In Edison, it works with Tragodia.
Attack of all lower two or low. Wow, level 2 or lower. That's fucking crazy, dude. Oh yeah, swinging my 5,300 Junk Warrior.
I've done Trag become level 2, copying a Raikou with like 5 in hand, and then like made Junk Warrior. And he'll gain Tragodia's attack.
That's so disgusting.
It's really funny.
I was playing with Ruxin yesterday on his stream because he's practicing for RBT Indy.
Okay.
And, I summoned a Junk. He's not familiar with frogs. He's familiar with Edison, but he's never really played against the frog deck. And someone in his chat goes, "What the hell is this pile deck this guy is playing?" And it was super funny because I mind controlled or brain controlled his Sangan, summoned a Junk Synchron, brought back a level 2, and I had a Treeborn on field. I made a Mistworm to bounce back his Stardust and like 2 other things. It was pretty funny.
Good.
I've never made a Junk Synchron into a Mistworm, but it was. I don't think it was the correct play, but I wanted to do it because it was for a stream and it was funny.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a good time.
While we're here, it's not like he even needs it, but shout outs to Ruxin for just being like just a down to earth, just great guy.
For real, I was just thinking today, like, I can't wait till we have him on again. Like the comeback of the chicken sandwiches. Like, I'm excited.
Yes, little chickies.
Yes.
We've been doing some RBT trading and things like that, so I'm hoping he does pretty good. We're trying to. He's actually playing Diva Hero, so I'm pretty excited. I know a thing or two about it.
It's gonna be so weird, though. Honestly, like I found out that the RBT location is literally just a campus. Like it is the University of Indianapolis. Like that's where it's happening. So like like how Indy, like the YCSs and Nats that happen there and stuff, we have a venue we can walk around. There's tables to sit down at. You can get food. You can go to vendors, etc. Bro, this is just going to be one big open room of tables with 2 vendors, and that's it. So like all you're going to be able to do is just watch people play.
That's crazy.
It's going to feel like 2010.
Yeah, our North Carolina Invitational was at NC State's campus.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I love that so much.
It was
South Carolina.
Fuck is up, Denny's.
Yeah, it was fun.
South Carolina is a little weird. They always do it at like a Marriott or a Radisson or like whatever hotel they can find until we have the Greenville Convention Center.
Bro, let me tell you I have such a negative connotation towards South Carolina regionals because the last time that I went to one of those, it was when I ate a gas station hot dog at 3 a.m. and I blew up the toilet.
Love the story so far.
Blew up the toilet. And where we were staying, it overflowed, got all over my clothes that I had, my clean clothes. So I had to go to the regional in my pajamas and my bedroom slippers the next day. And it was also the same day that Donald Trump was campaigning at at the same hotel. For some reason, somebody saw that there was a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament there, and they were like, "Hell yeah, book it, book it." So yeah,
So good.
yeah.
No, pajamas are the fit though. Hand shuffle plus cozy equals happy. Like
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got destroyed.
I'm in
no.
my 30s. I don't think I can walk outside in pajamas anymore.
Yeah, you get confused for the local crackhead if you do that. My house already looks like the local crack house right now because it is so hot in North Carolina, dude. I'm telling you, like I went down the road today and I saw somebody's car melting. Well, not really, but my work today was 106 degrees in the building because we don't have air conditioning, we just have fans. And my house.
You just said work and no air conditioning in the same sentence.
No
and that's
air
just
conditioning.
Wild. Are you okay? Like, are you all right?
I'm losing a lot of weight.
Hey, the houses I've been working on, they don't have power to them.
God.
So there's no AC, there's no fucking windows, and I had to get up into an attic and do a bunch of stuff to get the furnace hooked up and have it delivered, but they don't have the stuff. And I don't know if you've ever been inside of an attic, but it's hot, and then in the summertime, you've got 30 minutes to get, like, you're not supposed to be out there more than 30 minutes. It's like 110 plus. It's crazy. I hate it.
Yeah. And like, so I had to get a window unit for my house. We have central AC, but it can't keep up. It's just way too hot. And then I bought this silver, it almost looks like tinfoil, and I put it over all the windows in the back of my house. So people are probably like, oh yeah, that's the neighborhood crack house. But you know what? It's cool in my house, so I'm fine with that.
Do you know what a swamp cooler is?
I do. One of our locals in North Carolina was using those for a long time.
It's a cool. It's a good, like, whenever it's used to like kind of subset whenever you're like central AC won't do that.
Yeah,
it won't keep up. It's not a horrible idea. Like I was saying it not as a joke. It's like it's an actual just to get by. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Swamp coolers definitely work.
Is it humid in the? I've never been to the Carolinas. Is it humid there? You guys are by the ocean, so I'm assuming it's humid.
Yes.
Well, listen, I live in Charleston, so like everything is amplified. I'm right by the beach. Like the heat index here is like 109 this week, yet it's only like 92 outside. So I'm just like dying every time I walk outside. It's like,
it's miserable.
Shorts? Well, it's
like
Missouri.
It's like consistently like 88 to 90% fucking humidity. But if I look outside, there's not a beach. There's a fucking crackhead. And so it's. I feel like if you walk outside and it's hot and miserable, you at least get to see the beach. Like I get to see downtown fucking Springfield. Like it's horrible.
So speaking of weather, I had someone say something really funny to me this morning. They were like, "You ready for Dragon Roller Format Part 2 next month?" I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, "Oh, the new cards." No. I mean the fact that hurricane season is coming. I was like, oh my god, because you got Tidal, you got Tempest. I was like, oh my god, no. This is probably but it made me think this is probably going to be like the worst hurricane season in years because it's so humid. It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how hurricanes work, but I know that tornadoes work, I guess, in a similar way, because if it's really hot and really cold, that difference in change what causes like a tornado. And we've been hit with fucking 6 tornadoes in April alone. And like in my town, we hit a couple of them. Like I was out of power for 6 fucking days.
Yeah,
so it's been
that's crazy.
Horrible fucking start to our season. So I hope you guys don't have to go through that with the hurricane. I don't know how that works. I'm assuming it's similar, but I'm not a fucking scientist.
Last we had, I'm pretty sure this was a hurricane. Yeah, it was last year. God, I can't believe this is already last year. I feel like I'm going crazy, but it completely took out like Table Rock. Like Table Rock is just gone.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, I went to that place when I was a kid multiple times.
Hurricane Helene, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, Helene. Yes,
yeah.
Dude,
all of Western North Carolina like doesn't exist. It didn't hit the Biltmore estate though. Randomly, they destroyed Biltmore Village. It's gone. Like all of that stuff is gone. Like Chimney Rock is gone. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, no.
Tornadoes, they don't give us names for them. Like with hurricanes, you get like there's like a whole naming convention too.
Yeah.
The hurricanes with tornadoes, that they don't. It's like there's the Joplin tornado of 2011, and like that was the city it destroyed. Like the name of the city is basically like the name of that tornado.
Yeah. So we have NAWCQ coming up, which is going to be
the hurricane got Ethan.
Oh, goodbye, Ethan. The heavy storm got him. He'll be back,
dude. Just to go back real quick. How y'all think I feel? I work out in the heat every day.
Dude, I actually thought of you earlier today. I was like, it's so hot in this building, and Ty is standing out on the road somewhere. Because if you don't know, for context, Ty is a hooker, so that's what he does to get by.
Hey, gotta make some money somehow.
He's gotten a lot of high
absolutely.
rarity cards lately, so I think business is pretty good.
Hey, this ass ain't free.
If you're good at something,
I feel you, Ty.
if you're good at something, never do it for free.
For free. Exactly.
I'm right. I'm a single dad. I strip to pay the bills. I work the pole. You know, it's the joys of being an electrician.
They call me Chocolate Thunder.
They call you the Chocolate Factory. Well, no, Chocolate Kingdom was the one at Orlando.
Hold on. What was?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I can't remember the name. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I worked out in Helene, and I was there. That shit was awful. They was finding dead bodies and shit up under like collapsed bridges and everything.
I heard about that.
It was bad.
I heard about that.
Bad.
Okay, so this is what it was. You remember? Did you guys ever watch Robin Big?
Yeah.
You should have said your name was the Black Lavender whenever he was the stripper.
Black Lavender.
So
Yeah, I fuck with lavender. That shit smells fucking incredible.
let's see. I lost my train of thought. NAWCQ, Edison, Ultimate Time Wizard, and RBT Indianapolis on the same weekend. We don't really know what attendance is going to be like. I kind of feel like the Ultimate Time Wizard is going to be bigger. That's not like any disrespect at all to Keegan, but there are people commenting like,
that's why.
Yeah, like
Indy can't get bigger, so
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
I mean, there are some people that are dropping out. I've seen to go play in the Ultimate Time Wizard, but Konami just has the reach that like no one else. Like they can just pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for advertising, Facebook posts, commercials, whatever. But I do think both events will be pretty large events. So we have both of those, and we have Attack of the Giant card hat format, which will be on that Sunday. How do you guys think that this is going to go? Like, what decks do you think are going to top these events? The Edison events.
I know Indy's gonna be topped by my boy Ruxin on Diva Hero, hopefully.
Yeah, shoutouts to Ruxin once again. Take it home. I would be so happy if he won that. It would be amazing.
Yeah, same. Like, that would be amazing if he was to win Indy.
Yeah, I'd be super proud of him. I almost wonder like what the attendance at the Ultimate Time Wizard will be like, because I saw a lot of people that had planned on going canceled their flights, like when they initially thought that there wasn't one. So
yeah,
the one last year, Peacock, I think was like 500 players, right?
166.
So I don't think they'll get that many just because of everything that's been surrounding, all the circumstances surrounding this. But it would be nice for it to get to 256 so we can actually, see like the top 16 for a change would be nice.
I was talking with Ruxin yesterday on his stream. He was saying, he brought up a good point that kind of made me nervous because he was nervous about this. So, like, hey, we have the fake Edison, and then everyone's like, fuck you, we don't want that. And then getting its back. And then in the meantime, between that, a lot of people cancel their flights or they changed everything to make their accommodations to go to RBT Indy. So I feel like the Time Wizard are going to have like a lower than average like attendance, and then Konami could be like, hey, yeah, see, we did this, we did what you guys wanted, no one fucking showed up.
Yeah,
like, you can't look at that anecdotal. You have to look at it like with the asterisk or caveat. Like, well, hold on, you have to factor in the lead up to what happened to allow us to get to this spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
if this was just announced the way it was. I think the thing about this though, think about how crazy this would have been if the first time they made that first announcement for changing it to New Edison, right?
Yep.
Imagine if all that shit away and they did just, hey, it's regular Edison, but plus top 16. I think it would have fucking doubled.
Oh my gosh, dude. It wouldn't have surprised me if they had 1,000 players for that. It would not have surprised me at all. Because that's what stops a lot of people from going to these. Like the fact that like, oh, if there's 2,000 players, it's top 8. Like, can you even get top 8 in 2,000 players if you've lost? Like I don't even think so. I don't even know how that works.
I think if you go,
it would be so many extra ones that didn't make it.
I think there'd be XOs that would miss at 2,000 and top 8 only. I think I'd have to
imagine going undefeated and not topping. That's crazy. That's crazy.
They had a YCS.
Had a YCS
in Japan. Had a YCS in Japan that was like 5,000 people or something crazy, and like everything. Instead of it being 2 out of 3, it was single limb. Like a single one, but best of one instead of 2 out of 3.
Mhm.
And it still took like 2 fucking days because of that many people.
Wow.
And people who are like X1, like X1 or X11 didn't make it because of it being so big.
Yeah.
I forgot that Japan is now they just do one of ones now.
I think it was, I don't know, it's not entirely that. I think for that size of that venue, it called for that. And I know Master Duel is best of one, but I think overall, I don't follow the OCG very closely. Just whenever it's something huge like that, I just see shit that pops up.
Right.
Back to what I was saying about this, though, like I agree. I think that if they didn't have all this, because now there's also a bad taste in their mouth from even like me. Like I would still go to an Ultimate Time Wizard if I didn't have this fucking up, down, left, right. You know what the hell are we doing kind of thing. I get like basically one trip a year. I have to plan that a couple months out to hopefully make that happen.
Yeah.
I can't make it this summer because of like that's crazy. Like you're doing it, you're not doing it. It's different rules. Just kidding. It's regular rules. Oh, now it's top 16. They cut all that shit out and they're like, hey, yeah, it's top 16 and it's just gonna be regular, error accurate rules. It would have been huge. So many people were looking forward to going to it because Nats is usually the one. For me, that's the one that's usually the biggest. It's got the most people, and like what you were saying with it being top 8. Whenever I found out it was top 8 only, because this is my first time going to a actual sanctioned event. And when I was like, "Oh fuck,"
you were like, oh, "Don't lie." You're like, "Okay, bet I'll get top 8," and you did, and that was your victory story.
I was like, "Oh my god!" I thought going into it was like, if I go X2 drop, I still had a great time seeing everyone, meeting everyone.
Yeah.
Then once you actually keep playing, you make it to the top 8. You realize like the mountaintop isn't as high as you make it in your mind. So this year I was looking to go back and just be like, I'm going to have fun and be a great time. But that whole thing got, ruined because of this whole wishy-washy ordeal. But
yeah,
be excited to see what it would have actually looked like if none of this bullshit in the middle happened. But instead of dwelling on it, we can just kind of be like, okay, this is what they've done. They said, okay, LOL, JK, we're back to this and top 16. Hopefully going forward, that's what it stays to do. And whenever the next big event will be, I'll try to make it to that.
Yeah, also, if you're going to this year's NAWCQ or to the RBT and you need sleeves, make sure you head on down to ruxin34.com and purchase some Sage's Secret sleeves. They are the official sponsor of the Edison Club, and those sleeves are amazing, and I really like them a lot, and can't talk any better about them. Like, the quality is so nice, they look so good, and they're for a good price, and you get 100 per pack as well, so almost double what you get from the competitors. So make sure you check that out, ruxin34.com, and I'll try to get you guys a new discount code for that as well.
I'm excited to try them out. I still haven't got to use them yet.
I'm going to post office this week to send you your pack as well, Peacock.
Got the directions finally?
I got the directions finally.
I cut out right there just now.
Maybe just a little bit, but you're back now.
Okay, cool deal.
So, do you guys have a prediction as to what will win either one of these?
Probably Bayou or Frogs.
Frogs, yeah.
Or Bayou.
I think Blackwing or Frogs. That's just all my Diva Hero biases put to the side.
No, I literally. Oh, I have to say, I do think Blackwing is gonna at least. I know it's gonna at least top Indy because shout out to my boy Hershey Bar. He's been playing Blackwing and that's what he's playing going into it. I'm supposed to say that, but I don't think people know his name won't be Hershey Bar on the registration. So yeah, shout out to him. He's gonna be killing it.
As much as I would love to say Lightsworn's gonna win this thing, I'm too biased, but I actually think that it's time for Gladiator Beast to win one of these things.
Let's not get carried away now.
I think it's gotten very close before. Like Orlando, there was one in top 4, but the guy tried to Murmillo his own set, or Murmillo a set Raikou. Like, I think in the hands of someone that is good, that understands the deck and how to play it, I think it could definitely win this. I think it's been getting closer and closer and closer. I definitely think that it could happen.
It won the last one.
Has it won an Ultimate Time Wizard?
Yeah, it won Providence.
Oh damn! Well, damn! Look, I'm right.
Let's just.
I didn't know.
Providence was kind of a mistake all around. We had Desolkuda Black Wings. We had volcanic things. So
all right, well then, hey, it's coming for seconds. Then I think I'm still going with it. I think GV's. Hey, I thought the Volcanic Garden won in Rhode Island, but
it got second. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, Gladiator Beast, man. Going for seconds.
But even I've been converted to a frog player the last 8 months, and that's what I've been spin grinding in totality. And the last online tournament I played in, I had to play Gladiator Beast, and then I played Device, and then I played Blackwing. I played something, and then whenever I got to grand finals, I played Glad Beast again.
Yeah.
And I lost the first set, but I won the second set. So
Nice.
overall, I went. It's not an unwinnable matchup. It is very hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard, but it's not unwinnable. And just with the whole thing with Glad Beast is they're a steamrolling deck. If they start going, it gets out of control really quickly. But the thing with just being able to continually pot avarice and salvage back yourself, you can just outgrind them, and it's just it's a
I came back when you're talking about Fishborg. No.
No, it's no. There's only one Fishborg in my frog deck. It's the calm one. It's the good one.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I immediately think it's Forgs because I hear Pot of Avarice, Moray of Greed, Shuffle. Dude, that deck.
I've been on that, so it's Glad Beast.
It
is
so
very
much.
hard. Don't get me wrong, it's very hard. But, it's just like with being a battle phase focused deck, it's like the deck's already playing Mirror Force. It's playing Regeki Breaks. It sides Deep Prison, like siding Cyber Dragon. A lot of those things are really hard for Glad Beast, and that's just in Glad Beast's worst matchup. They're already siding I'm citing at least 7 or 8 cards for that matchup. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'd be hard pressed because there's also so many. If you open 5 Glad Beasts, you're just going to fucking lose. Or if you play the opposite version where you'll draw 20 traps, you're just going to lose.
Do you guys have a prediction on a player?
I'm still a GP hater.
I mean, I'm always gonna say Eric Shen, bro. I'm always gonna say Eric Shen. He's just so good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally, it'd be cool to see Frazier win again. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I
don't think they're going. Are they?
I thought that they were. I thought they were.
I don't think Frazier's going anymore. I don't think he's going to the Ultimate Time Wizard. I think he might be going to the RBT.
No, I meant RBT more than anything else.
They were saying the last time they did their what's it called, the Rush Hour podcast. They were. I don't know if Eric confirmed, but Frazier was saying that he wasn't going to Indy because at that time there wasn't even a Ultimate Time Wizard now. So he's like, the best thing about there not being in Nationals is I don't have to worry about.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I will be curious to see if he ends up going. He did put in his Discord last night that if he ever has a choice between RBT and Ultimate Time Wizard, he would go to the Ultimate Time Wizard. So,
wow, that's okay.
It would be pretty crazy for him to show up and win Indy back to back. So.
A lot of people are saying that it's still going to have record attendance even though the RBT is happening, and I'm just like, that's an interesting thought. What if it actually what if 500 people show up to the Ultimate Time Wizard anyway?
So the RBT is capped at 256, and I think he got 256. If that happened, and then the Ultimate Time Wizard had record attendance, I mean that would be insane, especially with everything surrounding that event, all of the nonsense surrounding it.
So many people just being like, you know what? Let's go.
Yeah.
What? You're going to boycott it, and then now you're going to be like, all right, fine, let's roll out.
Whatever you were on your call, Ethan, what we talked about a good amount was just imagine how big Time Wizard would have been as if instead of all this bullshit in the middle, if they were like, hey, we have Era Accurate Edison, but it's also top 16. It would be a record-breaking fucking Ultimate Time Wizard.
Dude, had they just at the beginning of this month just stated, hey, we're doing time travel format now for people who want to play Edison with modern rulings, and we're doing regular Edison with era accurate rulings, and there's going to be a top 16 for this year's UTW. We wouldn't start till round 6 because there'd be so many people.
Yeah. I said it wouldn't surprise me if there would be 1,000 people there to play.
Dude, for me, because the gain of each year that Edison has put on is ridiculous. People can say whatever they want to say about it. It is growing still to this point, even if it's not through Konami now and through players being directed to that through Konami, but more so the Edison community as a whole pushing for their own thing, being the RBET and all the other things that Nick is doing for the Midwest Clash and stuff, all that.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly beautiful to see both communities thriving. It would be cool to be able to just have both. But when it comes down to it, I definitely think Konami might go back on it. They might give us this for this event because the way that they worded it is that for this event, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And it's easily retractable. They could just be like, well, all future ones, since we got you, they're going to be time travel, specifically.
Yeah, Konami loves a good lol, JK.
Yeah,
and I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gotten my qualms with it, but I was talking with Michael a bit about this, and like, if I do have to play time travel, I'm playing freaking Lightsworn Row because Aaron plus book is GG.
Yeah, we already cooked. We cooked with that. We cooked for that list. Like, so what I think is going to end up happening is, obviously for this event, it'll be old Edison, old rules. I actually think that after this Ultimate Time Wizard, I think they're going to start doing Ultimate Time Wizard for hat format. I really do. And I think that takes care of enough of the ruling disputes to make it run smoother for the judges, because there's not these weird things like quick draw activates, like in hat format. I think like the biggest differences in hat format is surface value or surface level is like, I don't think that I think Valor follows until the end phase. I don't think that errata has happened yet. And like Chalice follows until the end phase. I'm sure that there's more, but I don't think that there's anything like substantial like there is for Edison, like no major erratas or anything like that.
Yeah, no, like that's what a lot of people were saying is like they're fine transferring to hat because there's no dramatic difference, and that's also where the game started to pick up more and be similar to what modern is now, which I still think that's a stretch, but
they can still run, Edison pods with the original, rulings, because it's a lot easier to manage 8 people playing versus 500 people playing, and know the rulings and stuff like that. And I mean, who knows? They could just stick with old rulings, old erratas, and just keep doing Edison, which I think everyone's completely fine with that. But I think this hat format, Attack of the Giant card, is to test the waters. And I personally
formats get like Ultimate Time Wizards, like that's
me too.
Like, there's some like weird stigma that saying like the Edison community is like gatekeepy, which I've never experienced myself. Like if you like Goat, you like Hat, you like whatever, it's like cool, that's the format. But then if Konami is like sanctioning this whatever format, I would probably learn that format, and if I like that format, I would continue to play it. But
I can definitely see why people think Edison people would be gatekeepy. Like I've definitely gotten that vibe from certain people. Like I think the format is the best out of anything as far as selection as far as we have. But like I'm not gonna push that on someone so hard that like I'm gonna be like, yeah, don't play other formats. Like, do I like Tengu? No, I don't like Tengu because when I went to locals when Tengu was happening, TG stun ruined my fucking life every week. So of course I don't like Tengu. But that doesn't mean I'm going to tell someone to not go play it. I mean, like, fuck, you can make Shooting Star Dragon and Tengu if you wanted to. You can play Agents. I love both of those things. So I'm not completely against it. But is Edison my comfortable point? And do I think it is a very easy way to throw somebody into a retro format and them do well with the word fun? And when I say the word fun, I mean like not having to play everything else that everyone is playing and still being able to have some sort of success. I absolutely do. I think that it is such a beacon. Like as far as Edison goes, I think that is a great thing you're able to do. You can play whatever the hell you want, and we recently just saw that with whatever Volcanic Rocket 1900 Ad Blaze Accelerate. Like that deck was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in Edison, and it was great because it was just GOAT format era stuff with Black Garden. Like it was so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It does not do good in the new Edison. Ty waxed me harder than I've been waxed in my entire life. It was bad.
We ran a few matches with those Edison 2 rules.
Edison 2.
What did like in our matches? Like, how did you feel about those new rules? Like that, like how do you feel that you feel like it changed like speed of the game? What was your thoughts on it?
I think there's a reason why every single time Frazier tried to throw a tournament, the curse was like no, like there's no way for that tournament to fire because it's cursed.
Yeah,
I hated
cursed.
it. It was cursed. It's not. So for me, like this kind of ties back into what I was going to say earlier about the gatekeeping thing. Players who'd be like, "Oh, good, listen to hot take that." I'm like, time I've seen people like how thick I was.
Oh no. He's turning into Machine
Modern,
King.
If you don't,
dude, I know.
I was like, wait.
And he's
if
gone.
you don't like Modern, hey, come try Edison.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point of it.
Yeah, that was the point. So we have just a few minutes left here. So what do you guys think? I don't know.
My mic was cutting out or something.
I don't know how much you guys know about hat format, but what do you think is going to win the giant card for the day 2 attack of the giant card hat format?
It seems like with those, it just seems like it's kind of like the Wild Wild West.
It is.
Seems like because the last one was I think if I'm not mistaken, it was won by Twilight.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it was the same. I think it's the same guy that got second recently at the Edison World Championship qualifier on Format Library.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it's the same guy if I'm not mistaken.
If anything, Lightsworn wins hat, I'm just
look,
gonna be so
I have a whole
happy,
rant about this because I mentioned Lightsworn Ruler the other day in a group chat. And I got clowned on. People were like, I don't think that deck's good. That's a deck that people say is...
That deck takes so much skill to play correctly.
Yeah, that people said, like that's the deck that people that don't know anything about hat think is good. And I'm like, that deck was hardly played at all in the original hat format because the structure deck came out so late. Like, I don't believe... And there's people that are also playing Mermail, and I'm like, you can go on with your one Abyss Gundy, your one Atlantean Dragoons, like... Your deck is Dragon Turbo of TAT format. Like, you can't tell me that Lightsworn that has 3 JD that can search it, that has Dragon Rulers, that has Raiden, that has Triple Lumina, that has Needlebug Nest and Rainbow Karibo and Triple Gardna is not a good deck. I refuse to believe it. And I think that if you say it's not a good deck, you're just lying to yourself.
100% agree. Also, someone that I've been wanting to have on the channel with you guys for a minute is Lois Strandberg. I've known him for quite a while, and he's been like posting a lot of his like brews for hat. And this most recent one he did with like agents, just capitalizing on Christian.
Yeah, I saw that.
Definitely see. I could see that being at least top 16.
Yeah,
and like for the Ultimate Time Wizard.
Yeah,
like 100%. That deck is lethal as hell if you know how to play it correctly.
I think the builds for Lightsworn Ruler right now aren't good. I think the ones, because it has topped a few small events, and like that was another thing was like people were saying like it hasn't done a good in tournaments, and I like look on Format Library and the tournaments had like 9 people playing, and I'm like this isn't nowhere near like the sample size needed. Like this is like 5 people playing in their shed, like
in their shed.
Yeah, so like I think that the deck just needs refinement. I think it's 100% in contention for like tier 1.5. Like, because Geargia and Hat are obviously the best 2 decks. It's some variant of Hat are the best 2 decks of that format.
Yes.
But everything else right below it can beat both of those decks. It's kind of like Edison in the sense that every deck can beat every deck. So I don't think that like
you just see artifacts in pretty much everything.
Yeah,
like everything.
Yeah, I don't think that Mermail or Spellbook is better than Lightsworn Hat format. I just refuse to believe that those decks got hit way too hard to be that good. Like they didn't really even top like the original event back in 2014. I know I was there. I played Noble Knights. I got destroyed. But there were people there that were playing Lightsworn Ruler that their builds were kind of last minute shoehorned together that probably weren't the best. But I think that there is some sauce out there for Lightsworn Ruler in 2014 hat format because that was a deck that like Hoban and his squad like started seriously playing and picking up, and I mean those guys were like the best during that time.
I thought Hoban won like some ARGs like with Lightsworn Ruler. I was pretty like far away from the game, and hat's what 2014.
2014, yeah.
Yeah, so I was pretty far away. I was just turned 21, so I had other things to do apparently. But
yeah, and like some people have said, like, oh, well, your deck.
Lightsworn Ruler.
What's that?
I remember like Lightsworn Ruler being around. I remember seeing it because I thought Hoban won some ARGs with it around that time.
And it's also at the time where Lightsworn like resolving Needlebug Nest could just end the game immediately. Like in Edison, like you can mill Wolf and like one Gardna and Plague, but in Hat it's like I can mill Eclipse Wyvern, I can mill Necrogardna, I can mill Wolf, I can mill names for JD. Like, it might just be over the minute, like Dragon Rulers, like I almost forgot to mention Dragon Rulers, like it can just be over the minute that card gets activated. Like, I activate Needlebug Nest. I activate Needlebug Nest in mill 5, and you're summoning Atlantean Pike, pitching infantry, popping one card, and it's basically 2014 tribe infecting virus. Like it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I've tried to play Mermail in that format. You have to literally draw so many 1-ups to like kill your opponent, or you just like I'll summon and pop a back row with marksman. And yeah, I'll pass.
I love that you're just forgetting ruler. You were just like light sword. Wait. Oh, dragon rulers.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I'm completely wrong. But I don't know much in this life, but I've put in a lot of time with Lightsworn, and I know that there's no way that deck is not good in that format. I know that there's no way. So I think that we close on that.
No, I mean. Yeah, well, I mean, another thing I wanted to say is like regarding that, like if people disagree with it, you know, like it is such a large space of opinion. Like when I went to the regional the other day in Greenville, I sat down with someone to play a casual game and they looked at me straight in the face and said, I don't care what you say, Hero beats the best deck in Edison. It can beat anything. And I was like, you can have a good day and think that, but you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Do you want me to play Gigavice? I will play Gigavice and I will go Stardust, Titanial, Gigaplant, pass, and you can pick your starting 6. I will let you pick your starting 6, and I guarantee there is no fucking combination that you can come up with in your hero beat deck to out this field. There's no way. It is not possible. Summon your shitty alias and set Gemini Spark, because that's all you can do. There's no way.
Yeah, no.
There's no way. There's no way. But you can think that. You can think that. That is the thing that you can do.
You can think that.
So this was a great episode. I really enjoyed this. I'm always glad to bring you guys these episodes. We do accept fan mail. You can send us in a letter at the TheEdisonClubFanmail@gmail.com. The link is in all the video descriptions and the podcast descriptions.
Tell us why the Diva Hero is the best deck. The Hero B is the best deck. Write us a letter.
Yeah, tell us why Hero B is the best deck.
Tell us. Bro, he's going to be like, actually, I cracked your code, Michael. You could just summon Ab-Zero, crash into Stardust, and it wipes the whole board, dog.
Oh, damn. Yeah, maybe.
Not if you put Stardust in defense mode.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Good player will put artists.
That's all we have for you on this one. This is Mike, Austin, Ethan, and Ty from the Edison Club signing out. Till the next one.
Hamster Ryko Caius. I go check the pairings, I'm like, don't know who this guy is. Hamster Ryko Caius, Hamster Ryko Caius. 2-0 every round, man, and I ain't even trying. It's just Hamster Ryko Caius, Hamster Ryko Caius, Hamster Ryko Caius.